Hello everyone, my new pens have arrived. This is what I purchased. I splurged. I splurged. I got the Copic Multiliner SP. You probably can't see that. How about that? Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it. Copic Multiliner SPs. I went out on a limb and bought some new pens, and we're just gonna see. This is sort of an unboxing, even though it doesn't have a box. I did take it out of the box and look at them. But if you want to know where I got them or a link to them, go to, I'm going to show you, let's see, I'm going to have to close the window there. Okay, still have to close the window. Too much glare. All right, so when you're on one of my new videos, the older ones have a different description box, but my current videos, if you do the little down arrow, if you're on a mobile device, or if you're on the computer, it's easy to find, but on a mobile device it's a little harder, where it has the description of the name of the video. There's a little arrow right here. It took me a long time to find it on other people's videos, so that's why I'm telling you now. There's a drop down arrow, and then you get the description box for this particular video, and I've now put a link of all my favorite supplies at my Amazon storefront. I do get a small commission if you purchase using this link, just to let you know that up front. It's not very much. I get like, I don't know, less than $1, or I think it's like 2% or 1%, or it's a small amount, but it does all add up with lots of orders. But anyway, if you click on this link, it will take you to my Amazon storefront. So you should see this logo and my drawings, and a drawing I did of my face. Doesn't look exactly like me, but it's a picture I drew, self-portrait. Anyways, you'll get down here to, these are my drawing supplies that I use on my channel, and these are other art supplies that I also enjoy, but I have not used on my channel, and that's how I have them separated. You go in there and you'll find all the different supplies that I like. Is it not finished loading? Should be scrolling. Come on, scroll. Apparently it's not gonna scroll. Anyway, it should scroll. That's an Amazon problem, or my phone problem. There it goes. Come on, why are you not scrolling? There we go. For some reason it didn't want to scroll. Anyways, you'll find all the different supplies I use, my Micron pens, my kneaded eraser, the pencil sharpener I like. Okay. My newest addition is going to be these Copic Multiliners. Now, as of the date that I bought them on the 21st of September, they arrived yesterday on the 25th. And the current price, right as of the 26th of September, is $65.66, which is a bargain. That's why I went ahead and bought them now. I was going to wait until next month to buy them, but when I was looking them up, the regular price from Amazon is $89.50. So they're 27% off. But I looked at other like art supply places like Blix and Jerry's Artorama, and that's accurate. Their pricing is right around $90, and their regular price when it's not on sale is around $110, $120. So $65 is a steal, even though that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. I'm not I'm not discounting that. That is a lot of money. Because like normally, if I was going to buy a pen set, I would buy a micron pen set. And I would get 6 pens for 13 bucks. Instead of, what is this, 10, 2, 4, 6, instead of $10 for 60 bucks. So there's a big difference in price. So if you don't have the money, I'm just letting you know, there are other alternatives out there. You can even go to one of these other pen sets that I've used and they've been fine. Like this one. The Uni pens, 10 bucks for, I believe this is 6, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 6 pens for $10. Okay, so you can find cheaper alternatives, but anyways, I wanted to open these up and see what was the deal. Now these particular ones can be, the nibs can be replaced. So if I break a nib, because I'm heavy-handed, which I'm not usually, although I did break this one that I just bought, which bummed me out. The nibs can be replaced and the ink cartridges can be replaced. So hopefully these should last me like forever. They do come in a lovely set of all these different sizes, starting from a brush all the way down to, I have never seen, my smallest pen I've ever worked with was a 0.05. I've never worked with a 0.03. Very excited to see what that looks like. So I've got my Copics out. I've got similar sizes. I don't have all of these exact sizes, but I have similar sizes in all the different pens that I tend to use. I've got this brand, Banyo. Got those off of, I don't know, Jet Pens, I think. I've got some of this. I've got some Zig. Everybody always asks me, what pens do you use? I use whatever I happen to have on hand. So Zigs, there's a Marabou Graphics Fine Liner. Those came in the Jazzy Art box. I use microns. So I've got them. I tried to get all the sizes that I have. And I want to compare the Copics to these. And then I want to do a little bit of testing and stuff. So that's what I want to do. You guys might not want to know anything about this, so you can just skip on by. Because I'm not going to be drawing a picture, I'm just going to be testing these little guys out. So let me take these guys out of their little package. Let's start from the biggest to the smallest. So on this side, I'm going to do Copic, and on this side I'm going to do various. And then here I'm going to do brush. Well, no, I'm not going to do it that way. We'll figure it out. I'll write the words. Okay. So here's the new Copic brush. Oh, look at that nice brush tip. Oh, that's lovely. Ooh. Ooh, that's got a completely different feel than any brush tip I've ever used. Ooh. How thin I can get really tiny, and then I can get thick. Wow. Okay. First impression, now I understand why people are really excited about Copic brush nibbed alcohol-based markers. If that is the type of brush that you get, that is spectacular. Okay, so now this is a 0.07. Do the caps fit on the end? Oh, they do. That's an annoying thing of some of these pens as well. The caps don't fit on the end. 0.7. Okay. 0.5. And then it goes to 0.35. Interesting. 0.35. And then there's a 0.3. Okay. 0.25. Now there's not a big, huge difference between this and this, but there's a difference between that and that I can see. These two are very similar, so I could interchange those, most likely. 0.2. Now I can really tell the difference between that and that. Zero point 1. That's a very small pen, which feels smaller than what I normally have for an 01, which is interesting. This feels more like the size I normally have for an 01. That feels smaller, and I don't know if that's accurate or not, or if it's just my impression. So this is 0.05. Boy, that's tiny. You can really get some intricate details with that. And then this one, I've never tried anything this small before. Look at the, I don't know if you can even see it. Look at how little that nib is. It's minuscule. Wow. That's tiny. Compare that to that. Goodness sakes. Okay. Now I want to compare them to my various other things. This is a banyo for the brush side. Yeah, that's, see, this brush nib, it looks similar, but when I put my pen down here, it's much more squishy, and I don't have as much control. Like, let me do like I did here and kind of go a medium and then go to a light. That's the smallest I can do, which is not, I don't have a lot of control with that. It gets super squishy. This whole tip bends. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. This whole tip really makes a bend. Maybe this way. Can you see how it bends? This Copic one did not do that. This Copic one, it flexed, but the whole tip didn't bend from up here. It just flexed at the nib. This one, the whole tip is bending from the top. And so I'm having less control. So I totally can see the difference. Okay, so then I have a 0.8. I don't have a 0.7, but I'm going to do 0.8. That's very similar to the 7. And I didn't have, well, and I have a 6. So between the 6 and the 8, somewhere in between there, 0.6. Similar. And then the zig is a 0.5. And this one is a 0.4. I don't have a 0.35. But I do have this 4. And then a 0.3. I must say, as I'm drawing with all these various ones, I don't usually draw with various ones all at the same time. If you were looking for a less expensive alternative, I really like these. I like the feel of the way the ink goes down on the page, and I like the feel of the barrel, these Zig ones. And there's the Marabou in a 0.2. And then a 0.1 in a micron. And a 0.05 in this Banyo. Okay. Oh, was I too zoomed in and you didn't see any of that? There's a possibility. You know, what I find interesting is that to my eye, this and this, those are similar. But as we go down here, that 0.1 on other brands seems to be about the same size as in here. And this seems to be about the same size as here, and these are considerably thinner. So I think that's interesting. Now, I don't know if there's a particular standard that the number of millimeters that each pen is supposed to have when they're labeled as such, or if the pen manufacturers just go down in size, but the actual pen nib size, that standard is different. Because what I seem to see here, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but until I get to about here, there is not a huge variation in size. But over here, I see it going down one by one. So I think that up in this range, until you get to like a really big ones, up in this range, like from the 05 to the 01, because I've been using them kind of interchangeably, and I think that's probably accurate to use them sort of interchangeably, because that size difference is negligible when it comes to making a drawing. But over here, there is a distinct difference between this one and this one. I don't know, can you see that? Anyway, I'm finding this little experiment quite fascinating. So then what I wanted to do is, since I've not used these Copics with any other mediums, I also wanted to experiment with a couple of things. First off, I do have some Copic sketch markers. My friend gave them to me as a gift for in the gray. And so this one has the chisel tip and the bullet tip. No, this has a brush tip. I thought they had bullet tips. Anyways, I wanted to see how they work on both of these. So I'm just gonna do like that and do like that. Works fine on both. Don't usually use the alcohol markers because they go through the back of the page, and quite often I will do art on the back of my pages. So I have not been using the alcohol based markers that I have. But maybe I'll change that in the future. Maybe I just need different paper, which is possible. Okay, and then this is a water-based marker, brush marker. Go across these. Oh, that's a terrible marker. I just hate these markers. Why I'm still using them, I don't know. I'm using them because I don't want to waste marker. Okay, and then this is a Inktense watercolor pencil. So I'm going to put a little bit of pencil down, and I want to make sure that these markers also don't activate with water, which they shouldn't, but I just want to make sure everybody's working fine. So when you buy your pens, if you get ones that say the keys that you want, if you're not buying these expensive ones, but that still says the same on Copics too, you're looking for water and Copic proof. So the Copic Multiliner tells you right on the barrel it's water and Copic proof. So you can use it with water-based media and with alcohol-based media, okay? And that it's a pigment ink. That's what you're looking for. The pigment inks are archival, and so when I look for my cheaper pens, I also look for, this one's water-based and water-resistant. Does not say archival, but it says water-resistant. Now the microns tell you archival ink and I don't know if you can read that. Micropigment ink for waterproof and fade-proof fine lines. Okay. Now the microns do tell you that your 01 pen is 0.25 millimeters, which might be why this 01 looks a lot like this 02. Copic's numbering system, that might be a 02 might be a 0.25 millimeters. So that could be part of my issue here. These Marabous also just say fine liner. They don't tell you waterproof on here, but I believe on the packaging it did. And then again, here's the other one, is Kuretake. This pen says it's acid-free, archival quality, pigment ink. That's what you're looking for, pigment ink. And then it does also on this one tell you keep horizontal, and that's a good way to store your pens. You don't want to stand them on their end either direction, like in a jar or something. You want to leave them horizontal. So I have a drawer-based system. You'll see when other artists do their art and they have all their markers lined up, they're all horizontal. It's how you want to keep them. Interesting. I learned a bunch of things. I love this brush pen. I'm going to really use that a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these Copics here into my studio as my pens I'm going to use every day. These other pens that I have been using in my studio, I'm going to move into my travel case, because most of my pens in my travel case are all dried up, and that's what I'm going to do. And then if I get to the point where I've used up all my various pens that I have out in my travel case, I will just move some of these ones that are similar in size, like a 0.3 and a 0.35 or a 0.2 and a 0.25. Those sizes are very similar. And when I'm traveling, I don't tend to use the bigger markers, the bigger nib size. So what I'll probably do is take the 3.5 and the 2.5 out and put it in my travel. But then I can refill these when I am low on ink. So I'm going to keep my eye out for sales for the refills. I won't need a refill for quite some time. But I'm going to pick up a couple of the refill cartridges. And apparently there's a tool that goes in this little, see how the cap has this little notch here? That's what you're supposed to be able to pull out the barrel. And there's supposed to be a way to, there's a notch here to pull out the nib. So there is a tool for that, a nib replacement tool. So I will buy the tool, and I will buy just some ink, because I won't know what size. It's the same ink for all the pens. And then if I break a nib, I will buy a nib. But this is going to be much more cost effective over the long run than buying the cheap pens that are not lasting. Okay, so that's my review of my new Copic SP multiliners. Hopefully this will help you inform your decision if you were thinking about possibly getting these. They're so pretty too. Look at that, they're just so pretty. Shiny and lovely. Anyway, if you were thinking about that, here they be. And I will see you in the next video. You guys have a great day. The next few videos you're going to see will have the old pens because I have previously drawn them, but I'm going to put this up in real time. I did get this today or yesterday, and I'm going to put it up today on September 26th, and then you'll see however many videos of me doing the pens in the older pen style until I get to the middle of October, I think. Yeah, you'll see the older pens on my videos until the 17th of October. So starting on the 18th of October, you'll see me using these. And that's it. Hope you guys have a great day. I don't usually put up videos on a Saturday, so have a great weekend. And I will see you later. And I'm going to draw some videos, some drawings for middle of October, moving forward. That's my next thing. I'm so excited to use these in a drawing. All right, you guys be well. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.